Okay, now we're going to jump into the app and I'm just going to walk through the basic user experience. I'm going to show you the different sections in there, what we can do in each section in the way that I believe most people will likely explore the app. What you'll see here in the share is what you'll see when you get fully logged into the app. You see finding blueberries, unsure, start here, deeper reflections, shared reflections, and daily reflections. Now, I'm going to walk through each one of these, but what I want to do when you think about this is actually step back and say what we're trying to do here is help individuals increase their sense of clarity, the clarity of their value, but also do this with teams, as we'll get into later, whether it's you and your partner or you and your work team or you and just a group of friends. The design here is to help you not only get clarity of your own value, but also help others do the same while having others help you do the same. And again, when I say clarity of value, it's this idea that like, I know what I'm good at. I know what I care about. I know what makes me happy. And the other side of that, I know where I impact the world. I know who is better off because of me, right? So the connection is to self, to others, and to the broader community. And being able to really define that and see that in a tangible way is what we're trying to do with the app. And in doing that, in being able to create what we'll call these value summaries, we then have this jumping off form or this, if we will, platform for stronger connections to be built or deeper conversations to happen in real life. So understand this is both a primer for good connection, but also a springboard into better conversations. It doesn't take place of the conversations. What it does is allow those conversations to happen more continuously and consistently. That's the word I was looking for. So what I'm going to outline here is where to start. Now, each of these areas have a group of questions. We call these themes or experiences. And this first section that we call the Clarity Kickstart, which starts unsure, is just to get your feet wet. It's built off our FIRES model. I'll explain so many of the models later, but for purposes today, I'm just going to show you what's here. Now, each of these questions, again, are built off our FIRES model. So you can see in the preview that each question is outlined so you know what you get into. And then if you decided, notice it says revisit theme for you before you do it, it'll be start. You jump in here and here's the question. But then if you click down here, there is what we call Blueberry helpers. So these are additional questions to have you think through and create more content, if you will, down here, or rather be more clear about your answer. One of the things I'll say is that you want to be between 2 and 5 sentences at a minimum down here. The more information you add here, the more detail you have in the answer, the better the summary is going to be created at the end. And I'll show you that here in a second. But again, you start here. Here is a theme. Now, you don't have to do the theme all at once. You can answer 1 or 2 of these and it'll tell you how completed you are and you can go back in later. I know there were some questions on that. The other piece here, as you notice, revisit theme, you can complete the whole thing and go back, as you see here, and update your answers or create entirely new answers. So you engage this question, and you've added these. Notice I just put a couple of sentences in my response. I enjoyed working with the team on the app, handling the challenges, modifying. Go to the next question, right? Once one way you had a positive impact on somebody. Again, notice the questions are experience-based, looking at your actual experience. You have Blueberry helpers, digging deeper. This is a bit of the neuroscience. Again, all of these are designed to make answering that question easier and to give you more detail in the answer. Now, once you go through all 5, and again, notice, and I just did this just to show you, like even 1 sentence answers work in here, especially when you're just trying it out. And again, you can always go back and update the answers and add more detail. But once you've done all 5, you'll hit this button, Generate Summary. And I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to have it generate it again. But when you hit that Generate Summary, you can go here to View Summary. And notice here that it creates, what it does is it takes all of the answers you had written down and creates it in a modified story and bullets form. Now, what you'll find later in some trainings is this follows what we call the success map or the connection map outline. This is how we frame finding good questions because we're looking for very specific, if you will, beneficial outcomes. And those outcomes have to do with clarity. So clarity on highlights and wins. These are the things you care about, the things were important, right? Or the things that were just, if you want to use the term, good. Yeah. And so this is the benefit of seeing these are the things that you've identified were good that you want more of. And so we're outlining them. They could have been things you did or could have been things you saw. This second section here, strengths and skills, is helping you get clarity on your strengths and skills. So I'll outline determination, resilience, time management, effective teamwork. And what it's happening is it's taking the answers that you put in and it's searching for these things. So what you want to do is when you get your summary, look through, how does this feel? How does this reflect on like how you see yourself? And then the third category is who or what is improved because of you or the impact of actions, right? Decisions to invest time, fortitude. And then the final thing it does is it takes all of that and then creates a potential future story. So it says, based on this journey you've been on and the things you've seen and done and impacted, here is what you can do. And so once you've done your first 5, you have your first summary, and you can see all of your summaries over here in the dashboard. Now, this is just the beginning of walking through all 5 stages. Well, what I want to show you is this is where the power of the app really starts. You're engaging questions you don't always answer. There's a lot of science behind that we generally tend to see our experiences in a negative light. Meaning we think about what we should have done better, what we could have improved, what we didn't do. These questions are designed to help you see what you did well, how you did it, and why it mattered. And when you answer them, the GPT that is creating this summary is also looking for what did you do well, how did you do it, and why did you matter? And then once you've done that, it creates a summary that allows you to see those things. So now in answering the question, in looking in this summary, you're able to have more tangible evidence of your underlying value, the strengths you have, the things you do well, the impact, and what is potential for you. And this is just the first of what you can see in this dashboard is many summaries. And when we come back into the next section, we're going to look into some of those other summaries. But if you look and see how many we've completed here, you probably already get the idea of what is beneficial in each of these summaries and answering the questions. Because each time you create a summary based on different topics, based on different times, based on different events, that level of clarity is only going to deepen. Because each of these summaries you have available in download and you have available in your documents, and we're going to talk later on what you can do with them. But if you just stopped here and thought about having a summary like that each and every week, which is what we'll outline in the daily summaries, like just imagine what kind of clarity you might have in the next year to be able to look back week after week at maybe 52 different summaries of what you did well, how you did it, why it mattered, who you impacted, what skills you relied on, right? What challenges you got over, what goals you achieved, how you did it, why it matters, and having that in increasing detail with each summary that you can then go back and look at to find themes, to find consistencies, and to ultimately create this deeper level of clarity in the value you bring and the impact you have. And that's really the root of this. Where we go from here gets even cooler.